The Litty Show, the Litty Show. It's the Litty Show, the Litty Show. It's the Litty Show, the Litty Show.
You know the fucking vibe, man.
You know the vibes is Litty Willie, and today we got Real Talk episode 2. We're gonna do an episode today where we got submitted questions by Instagram people, Instagram family. Before I get started though, I want to start off by saying thank you to everybody that has been supporting, everybody that has been encouraging. As you know, as a man talking about relationships, emotions, troubles, mental issues, mental health, those things are pretty rough, especially when you're coming off of a breakup, especially when you're coming off of a relationship. So there was people that were coming at me telling me, keep doing what you're doing because we need this. There was also some people coming at me telling me that I shouldn't be doing this because either I seem hurt or men don't speak like that. So if it's not for you, respectfully, it's not for you, keep going. Just remember that there is no intent to disrespect anybody. There is no intent to down anybody. There is no intent to shade nobody. This is only to speak on experiences to help people that are going through what I'm going through and what I have gone through. Now, having a voice is powerful. People don't like when you express yourself because they're scared of the truth coming out. You got to remember this. So this is why, especially narcissists don't like for people to speak up, because when people speak up, you're going to make the narcissist lose control or have the truth come out. So I am going to speak up. I just posted a post earlier that says, I am who the fuck I am, and I'm going to say what the fuck I got to say. So no disrespect to nobody. But if you don't like what I'm saying or if it's offending you, I'm sorry that the truth hurts you, or I'm sorry you're not comfortable within your own skin. So let's get straight into it. The first question is, the first submitted topic is, talk about how important it is to keep and cultivate relationships. So this could fall into any category, whether it's romantic relationships or relationships between friends or relationships through businesses. I think I spoke on this last time where I stated there's a lot to do with trust, there's a lot to do with love, there's a lot to do with respect. But if you take out the part where it's a relationship, let's talk about how do you cultivate a business relationship or a friend relationship. Going back to it, communication. Communication is the best thing for every scenario. You need to have communication with everybody and everything you are doing in any relationship, any friendship. You need to be respectful. You need to have respect for how people feel and how you want to be respected. I know that kind of sounds backwards, but talk to people and express to people what you want up front. Don't hold things in. Don't stay shut. Don't think or expect somebody's going to do something just because you expect it. I was talking to somebody earlier where I was saying, never expect anything from anybody the way you expect it from yourself. And that kind of sounds confusing, but if you expect somebody not to steal candy, don't expect they're not going to steal the candy because you won't steal the candy. There's people in this world that have different morals, different values, different keys. So communication is the most important thing, I believe, to cultivate a relationship in any sense. Next submitted topic is, should men and women share faith before entering a relationship or not? In my opinion, yes. You should be able to, before you start dating or taking anything serious, I believe that your faith is very important to let people know where you stand on religion, where you stand on faith. I don't believe that a Catholic has to date a Catholic. I don't believe that a Muslim has to date a Muslim. I don't think a Buddhist has to date a Buddhist. But I think that you need to be straightforward on what you do and how you do it. And unfortunately, to go deeper in that, we have to also speak on our politics, because today relationships won't last because of politics. I've seen brothers and sisters fall off with each other due to their differences in politics. And it's no disrespect to anybody's side, but I think that's something that should be spoke on before you get into a relationship, because all it takes is for y'all to be together for 6 months and y'all say, well, I don't believe that you're going to go to heaven if you pray before you die and repent. And then the other one says, wait, what? So I think that speaking on your religion and your faith before y'all get any serious is very important. Next topic that was submitted was discussing mental health, discussing men's mental health. I was just talking to my brother Frost about this. Shout out to Frost and Robbie, they're in the building tonight. But we were talking about men's mental health. And I think today is getting better, but it's hard for us men to be open and expressive on how we feel emotionally, which then falls into our mental category. I think that women, and this is my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, you have to remember, I think women are turning into the new men, where they're feeling like expressing yourself is soft or expressing yourself is sassy. I mean, shit, I just read the other day, if a man runs to his car when it's raining, it's sassy. Like, a man can't do shit no more. Like, literally, a man can't do nothing no more. So, but all jokes aside, I believe that men can't express themselves the way they want, because women today have this perception that if he expresses his feelings too much, then he's soft. And that's not the case, ladies. I'm sorry to tell y'all. That's really not the case. I was watching something on YouTube the other day, and I'm butchering it, and I was trying to break it down to Frost, but it was a man that said, broken women like men that don't express themselves, and broken men like broken women because broken men don't want to talk about their feelings, so they are happy with a broken woman because a broken woman won't ask on how they're doing or put them in their place on their emotions and their feelings. So I don't know if that makes sense or not. I don't know if you heard that, but I feel like you not soft if you speaking on how you feel, because guess what? We all fucked up in some sort of way. We all kinds of broken. We all some sort of, we can't make it. But I think it's very important that men speak on how they feel. And fellas, I'm going to let you know right now, if somebody makes you feel any sort of type of way, you got to remember, there's 5 billion plus people in this world. If a couple people are making you feel bad or shitty because you are expressing yourself, guess what? They just not for you. There's one thing that my brother Robbie Joe told me when I started this segment was, if somebody got something to say or somebody got something to feel about how you are expressing yourself in this channel or this segment, it just ain't for them. Respectfully, don't stress it. So fellas, if you are expressing yourself, do understand. If somebody puts you down or makes you feel like shit or questions yourself about how you express yourself, just don't fuck with them. It's very simple. But I think we need to speak. I think we need to have more conversations. This is why I created this segment, because I want to be able to help those people, because I don't even want to say men. I want to help those people that feel like they want to talk about these kind of situations and these kind of scenarios, but either A, they feel too shameful, B, they don't have enough confidence, or C, they don't know how to do it. That's what we're here for. So before I keep going, I want to make sure y'all understand. Like, subscribe, and comment to these videos, to these whole segments, so y'all can be more engaging and more part of this discussion. I want y'all to comment on every segment, every topic that I bring up. I want to hear y'all opinion on it. So make sure y'all comment below on these. The next one is going to be explore relationships in the modern era. So I really don't know how that means, but what that means, but I'll break it down. Relationships in the modern era. I think I spoke about this already, but social media. Social media is the modern era dating situation. Now, maybe, and I was thinking the other day, maybe that's just the people that I'm surrounding myself around, or maybe that's what my circle pertains of, because Robbie always explained to me that the world is bigger than what we know. There's different people, there's different cultures, there's different everything. But from what I know, so many people are influencing their relationships on social media. So I don't want to beat that dead horse again. But today's relationship, in my opinion, is social media. This one is this one I wanted to highlight, and I want y'all to comment on this one. Addressing functional depression. Functional depression. This hits home to me because I want y'all to understand there's a lot of people functioning in this world and suffering from depression. Heavy. You know how we got functioning alcoholics? You know how we got functioning crackheads? You know how we got functioning addicts? We got functioning depression, meaning there's some people that are waking up every day on their last something, ready to go because they're so depressed, but they're still making it day by day. So, number one is, what is functional depression, which I explained. Number two is, how do we deal with functional depression? I think the way we deal with it is by understanding that we are going through it. A lot of us become numb to the day-by-day shit that we're going through, and we don't even, I shouldn't say we don't know, but we lose the fact that we are depressed, and then we don't do nothing to change our depression. I'm not a therapist, y'all. Just letting y'all know right now, I am not a therapist. But I wake up every morning with the mentality of, I gotta let that shit go. I gotta let it go. Every morning I wake up and I tell myself, you gotta let it go. So that's the first step of dealing with functional depression, meaning functioning every day with the depression. You have to let it go. You have to let whatever is making you feel bad, you gotta let go. Whatever's hurting you, gotta let it go. Whatever's questioning you. And I know it's easier said than done, but you gotta let it go. And letting it go is finding also things that's gonna make you let that go. It's gonna distract you from these. And I don't even want to say distract, because distract and letting go are really two different things. Because distraction can be, I'm gonna distract it, but it's still gonna be there. You have to find ways to make yourself happy. You have to find your way to beat that pain or the whatever you're going through. You have to find a way. And a lot of people are saying, well, damn, I understand that, but how do I do it? The way you do it is motivating yourself. You are only going to change yourself. You are only going to fix yourself. The famous comedian Cat Williams said, bitch, it's called self-esteem. Yourself. It starts with yourself. Nobody's going to make you feel better about yourself but yourself. You can, millionaires and billionaires and rich people post this every day. Money does not buy happiness. Meaning you're going to wake up and you're still going to feel shit about yourself unless you change feeling shit about yourself. But I wanted to emphasize that one because I think a lot of us are a lot of us are suffering from functional depression. Celibacy, ladies and gentlemen, celibacy. That was another topic, celibacy. Me, personally, I can't be celibate. I have to test drive a car before I buy it. I don't want to go into Splish Splash and buy that car and drive it home when the engine blows up on me. Shout out to Splish Splash. If you're down south, you know what it is. But honestly, I cannot buy a car unless I test drive it. I need to make sure. Now, let's be realistic, ladies and gentlemen. If we hold out on ourselves and we don't do, I don't know what the YouTube parameters are, but if we don't have intercourse and we get with each other, we get into a relationship and we have that intercourse and it's trash, it's going to be very uncomfortable to say, yo, we can't be together. It ain't working. So celibacy, it ain't for me. But I would like y'all to comment below and tell me, what do you think about celibacy? Comparing relationships in the 90s versus now. Um, I think there's a lot of pros and cons. Relationships in the 90s, you got to remember people were getting beat up back then and it was okay. Domestic violence was a lot more normalized. Not as much as, today it is, so I think that's one thing. Number two would be, once again, going back to social media. That is a big issue. But 90s, I think people were a little bit more loyal. So I believe that the 90s was a big difference. But I guess I'm not that old because I wasn't dating in the 90s. I'm not too familiar because I wasn't dating in the 90s like that. So I want y'all to comment. Another thing for you to comment on and let me know, what's the biggest difference from the 90s to now? I would say, in my opinion, the biggest difference from dating in the 90s from dating to now is domestic violence. There was a lot of domestic violence going on that was normalized back then, meaning women and men were staying with each other when they were getting the shit beat out of them and it was okay, and they thought it was just normal, and it's not normal no more. Brent's laughing at me, but this is how I talk, bro. I'm sorry. This is real. I'm gonna tell you how I feel. Finances between couples. People told me they wanted to bring up the topic of finances between couples, where they wanted to know, how do you feel about paying half? How do you feel about paying whole? Who should pay what? Who should pay this? I believe, in my opinion, that it comes down to who makes what and how much that person makes. If you're already in a steady relationship, you're living together, I believe that finances should be split between both parties, and not in a sense where I give you $1,500, you give me $1,500. I look at it in a sense where if I can't pay the water, you pay the water. If I can't do this, you do that. And it's just helping out each other if you're in a relationship for more. And remember, this is a relationship that y'all come together. I think this also comes back to communication, because that can get lost. Fellas, we don't live in the 1950s. Your woman's not going to stay home and cook and clean and not pay anything no more, not work. And if you do that, to each his own. That's okay. Continue on doing so. But I believe that the economy is rough, and maybe this is coming from a man that doesn't make $300,000-$400,000 and comment below. Let me know what y'all think. That can sustain a woman, but I believe that everybody should bring something to the table. And even if your woman's working at McDonald's, if she's working at McDonald's and you're making that good money, then you could help her when she's not at home and doing maybe not something that comes into finances, doing something that's going to help out with the house. But I think everything should be equal. And it's not always just dollar for dollar, in my opinion. But if I'm wrong, or if you don't think so, let me know. Comment below. Here's one that came to life, but at the same time, music is, which 3 songs currently describe your life right now? And I'm going to ask Frost and I'm going to ask Robbie, since they're in the building. Right now, Robbie, which 3 songs, if you can say describe your life, can you say describe your life right now? So Robbie, you're on the mic. Talk to me. What 3 songs, if you can say describe your life right now, what would they be?
The first song I'll say will be John Legend, Andre 3K,
Okay.
Green Light.
Okay. One.
The second song I would say will be Kendrick Lamar featuring Jay-Z, Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe.
Remix. Okay.
Yep. And the third song would be Bruno Mars, Lazy Song.
Okay. I like that.
I feel like doing nothing.
That's a good 3. That's a good 3. Let's pass it to Frost.
Frost Breezy.
Frost, if you could describe your life in 3 songs right now, what would they be?
I would say Kevin Gates' Renewed Ambition. I would say Nipsey Hussle, Stuck in the Grind. And I would say J. Cole, Pride is the Devil.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. 2, 1.
All right, so we got my brother's answers of if they can describe their life right now in 3 songs. My 3 are gonna be shout out to my brother Abel, bro. I am in a weekend mood recently. So if I had 3 songs to describe my life right now, it would be Heartless by The Weeknd, it would be Reminder by The Weeknd, and it would be Sidewalks by The Weeknd. Shout out to The Weeknd. Those are the 3 songs that describe my life right now. Next topic that a fan turned in was karma. Discuss karma. So karma may be religious, karma may be energy, but karma is real. I'll put it simple like this, if you don't believe in religion. Anything you put in the universe will come back to you. Anything you do will have a reaction. So it's action, reaction. Is that Newton's one of his laws? Action, reaction. So whatever you do will have a reaction. So if you do some fuck shit is gonna come back to you, ladies and gentlemen. So none of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. But you have to do your best to be empathetic, and you have to be, do your best to be honorable. You're gonna fuck up, players fuck up, but you gotta make sure that you're out here doing your best to be the best for yourself and everybody around you. Karma is real. And the thing about karma is it's gonna hit you when you least expect it. Karma don't come when you expect it to happen. Karma hits you when you least expect it. Here's one, and then this is from a female. Monogamy versus polygamy. And if y'all don't know, monogamy and polygamy, monogamy and polygamy are distant relationship structures. Monogamy involves being romantically and sexually exclusive with one partner at a time. Polygamy involves having multiple romantic or sexual relationships with consistent and knowing of the involved partners. I'm gonna let y'all know right now, I don't got enough patience to deal with multiple females at one time. I don't. Number 1. Number 2, I can't afford to be with multiple females at one time. Now, if I was rich and females were okay with me talking to other females and we were all okay with it, I'm down. And I would give y'all each a baby, at least one. Like R. Kelly style. Like not R. Kelly the creep, R. Kelly the song, half on a baby. Like I will give y'all a baby. But right now, no way, Jose. I cannot deal with multiple women as I stand right now. But fellas, I want y'all to comment below. My next question to this is there a standard where men can have multiple women be okay and women having multiple men and it not being okay? So if a woman was rich, could she have multiple men and sleep with multiple men and then be okay with it? Because if a man has sex with 2 women, that's called a threesome. If a woman has sex with 2 men, that's called a train. So I want to know that standard. Comment below. Let me know what y'all think. I want to hear this. Here's a big one. Accountability. We need to discuss accountability. Accountability is something that's very, very important for us to grow. Now, accountability and acceptance are 2 different things. When you accept that you've done something wrong, that is not being accountable of doing something wrong. When you accept doing something wrong, it's just you acknowledging that you did something wrong, but you are not holding yourself accountable for doing it. Accountability is when you know you did something wrong, you admit you do something wrong, you embrace the wrong that you've done, and you have done everything to try to fix that wrong that you've done. In my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, I am not a fucking therapist. I am not a person that knows everything, but the definition of accountability. Now, if I'm wrong, please, on the comments below, type in the definition of accountability. But a lot of us are failing to wear our accountability. Just because you admit that you've done something wrong doesn't mean you're accountable for what you have done. That doesn't work, at least in my book. But if I'm wrong, or if you feel like the definition of accountability is different from what I think, let me know what the difference is. But in my opinion, holding yourself accountable is when you admit it, is when you accept it, is when you do your best to try to fix it, and it's when you do your best to fix yourself, because obviously if you're doing something wrong, you got to fix yourself as well. Maturity levels for those that are in their late 30s to their 50s. I say after 35, you should know what fuck shit is. After 35, you should know right from wrong. After 35, you should know if you want to stay or if you want to go. After 35, you should be able to know what do you want out of life and what you are willing to deal with in life. And at 50, because I'm saying 35, at 50, you should be chilling. Unfortunately, some of us don't mature at the same age. Some of us have different tragic traumas in our life that make us move certain ways and do certain things, which is okay. We all fuck up. None of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. But from 35 on, I think we should know right from wrong. At 35 and on, I think we should be able to come to our senses and understand what we're willing to stand for and what we're willing to not stand for. And from 35 and on, most importantly, we should not be making excuses for anything. There should be no excuse for anything. If we don't like something, distance yourself from it. If you can't do something, try harder. And if it's not for you, then say it's not for you. But don't have an excuse on why you couldn't do something, why you didn't do something, why you didn't do. If it's not for you, just say, you know what, it ain't for me, and walk away. But maturing comes with the 35 plus club. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're 35 plus, make sure you're working on how to get your shit together. This is going to be a hopefully 2-part, 3-part, I want to say 2, depending on how I'm shooting, segment of a week. I want everybody, and I'm going to be promoting this on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. But if you got something for me to speak about, if you got something for me to discuss, DM me, comment, let me know. If you're on YouTube right now, make sure you like the video, obviously. Make sure you're already subscribed to my page. But also comment on this video. Let me know what I should be talking about. Let me know what I shouldn't be talking about. Let me know if you feel I'm wrong on something. I am here to be as transparent as possible. I am not perfect, ladies and gentlemen. And I think that's how I'm going to end this show every time I shoot it. I am not perfect. I don't know the answers to everything. But I am taking my time to sit here and talk to people that care or people that need to know how to move on from things. And if you don't know how to move on from it and you feel like I don't move, I'm here to listen to you. But I want to just make sure that I am vocal for everything that I've been through so it can help you go through things. I'll close out by saying I'm not here to hurt nobody. I'm not here to disrespect nobody. I'm not here to shed bad vibes, bad blood. I'm expressing myself and I am living my truth. And if this is my therapy, this is how I'm doing my therapy to do better and be better every day. So if you have any questions, you have any concerns, hit me up, comment below. My name is Litty Willie. Shout out to Robbie Joe, shout out to Frost, and shout out to everybody for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. And we're done for today. We out. Real talk.
You know the fucking vibe, man.